Well, welcome back to Houston Life. As the summer heat lingers on, a glass of chilled wine might sound like the perfect drink, but did you know that certain red wines are actually meant to be enjoyed chilled?
I love a chilled red wine. Cody, Vela, wine director at the Montrose restaurant, the Marigold Club, is here to walk us through the world of chillable reds, when to drink them, how to find them. This might be your new go-to. Cody, it's so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet y'all. Thank you for having me.
Listen, we got to put this out there and let our viewers know. Marigold Club is one of our favorite spots. Brandon and I have been going here since you opened, since it was converted over from Goodnight Charlie's. Yeah. A great happy hour. In fact, we were just there last week, and this is the place we go with our friends Carrie and Karen. I love the grand piano there. The bar area is absolutely stunning, and I sneaked away from work early one evening to enjoy this lovely dining room. They showed up early for golden hour. There's Karen on the left, Carrie in the middle. Of course, you all know Brandon on the right, and we love it there. So happy hour. What are the golden hour? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
4 to 5, 5 to 6?
5 to 6.
5 to 6.
I was on the website yesterday.
Okay. There you go.
Done our homework.
Planning my next date.
$10 martinis, half off bottles of wine.
Half off martinis, half off all bottles of wine, all bottles of bubbles, excuse me.
Bubbles.
Half off oysters, caviar, bar snacks. There's a lot to love at Golden Hour.
And Cody, you kind of settled the debate because we were talking about which glass should you drink champagne for, and you said the white wine glass, right? Something, or the red wine glass, just a regular wine glass.
The all-purpose wine glass.
There you go, just like this.
Is better for bubbles just in general. I mean, you know, it's not going to go flat if you drink it quick enough. If you're like anything like me.
Great tip.
Yeah.
But also too, like, you know, champagne has a lot of natural aroma. Like, you want to be able to smell it.
Yeah. Okay, not too much on the champagne.
You want to be able to get your nose in the glass like that, and
this is the star.
And the champagne flute, you can't. Okay, back to the reason you're here. Red wines chilled.
Yeah.
This is a concept that for a lot of people might seem unusual.
Sure.
When and why should people chill a red wine?
You know, I mean, most red wine benefits from a little bit of a chill. We keep our wines at cellar temp at the Marigold Club, which is around 55 degrees. But for the most part, you know, when we have the summers that we do, or in Houston, you don't want a big, huge, tannic, high alcohol wine all the time.
Right.
Sometimes you want to just put a red wine on ice and eat it outside, dining al fresco. If you're grilling, like all of these things, all these kind of summer themes when you're talking about food go really well with a chilled red.
And you mean that like the bottle of red would be on ice?
On ice.
You're not actually like pouring the wine over ice, right?
You know, look.
Unless you're at our house.
Whatever you like. I'm never going to discourage anybody from enjoying wine the way they like it, but I would recommend just on
Put that bottle on ice.
Okay, so get that.
On ice, not ice in.
Okay, got it.
It's like just the way you don't want to have a soup in the summer, you want like a fresh cold salad. It's kind of the same with your drink, right? It's just more enjoyable, a little chilled. But is there a certain thing that we need to look out for if we're trying to get a red?
Yeah.
Like tell me a tip, a buyer's tip.
So for me, what I think makes a red wine the most enjoyable when it's a little colder is something that is fruity at its core, something that has a nice, generous amount of fruit to it, but isn't super alcoholic or isn't super high in tannin or isn't super like full in body. So pretty much all of these wines here have a pretty generous core of fruit to them, like a nice dark fruit profile, but at the same time, they're still fresh and lively, light to medium body. They're not overly heavy.
Okay.
And I think that is a category of wine pretty much across the board that I think benefits from a good chill.
Okay, so let's say we're out at H-E-B or wherever, Specs, Total Wine. What are we looking for? And you have some examples here of various price points. Let's start with the first one.
So this is Verduna Pella Verga. This is kind of a new variety that came on the scene in northwestern Italy and Piedmont.
That's what we have in this glass right now?
Okay.
And it's kind of taking the world by, not the world by storm, but wine consumers by storm, because it's kind of the newer thing that isn't the, you know, kind of heavy and structured Barolos of the area. It's a light, fresh, slightly savory, fruity wine.
What do you think, Derek? You're trying it.
I'm looking at the price here, $13? $13 for the bottle.
Roundabout.
Okay.
And you're smiling when you say this. Like, this really brings you joy talking about wine. I mean, you are someone who has been in the service industry and the customer service for food and restaurants your whole life. So I just like the joy you get from it. What would you classify this wine as? Like, is this a noir? Is this a Merlot?
So the grape is Pella Verga.
Okay.
The grape is Pella Verga, and it comes from the village in Piedmont called Verduno.
I see.
Yeah. And so it's really fun. You know, kind of wine jargon can get a little complicated, especially European wine jargon and labels.
Not for you, certified som.
But that's the benefit of trusting your local sommelier or your wine shop or your wine steward. Like, they will point you in the right place pretty much all the time.
And by the way, Cody is the wine director at the Marigold Club, but certified sommelier. You've been with Goodnight Hospitality for 2021, studying for his advanced sommelier certification. And so you're learning about everything from the soils to the vines to the grapes, how the wine production rolls out.
Yeah, the whole thing, man.
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
Soup to nuts.
Soup to nuts.
Okay, what is the second wine on the
So
list?
this is Pais. This is from Chile, from the Maule Valley. Pais is generally, I think, a variety that does really well with a chill on it, because it's light, it's fruity, it's not too structured or tannic, and it's just really benefits, and it's very food friendly.
Okay.
So you can have
Cheers,
this
cheers.
with grilled meats, grilled shrimp, grilled seafood.
Smells lovely.
A fresh little salad. There's a lot of there's a versatile a lot of versatility that you can do with it.
This goes with a lot of dishes.
A lot of
It can
things,
bring
yeah.
out the best.
You know what surprises me is that even with a slight chill, the aroma coming from these glasses, Cody, it's really, really intense. It's a total experience even before you take the first sip of the wine.
It's really nice. And the price point on this,
I think this is probably $25-$30.
$20,
Yeah.
it says on our
Okay.
notes here. That's a great one.
This $20 on my
yeah.
card, but yeah, it gives you an idea.
This is
Okay.
actually on sale at Montrose Cheese Wine.
Very nice.
Oh,
Very
okay,
nice.
good stuff. Well, what do you say, Cody? We take a little break because we have a few more wines to get through, and also you probably saw this lovely charcuterie board. So he's
please.
going to walk us through some of these delicious pairings. And again, Montrose Cheese and Wine, which is also kind of a hot spot. If you've never heard of it, it is a hidden gem. Put it on your radar, and we will be right back with Cody Vela, wine director at the Marigold Club. Peace and life. We'll be right back.
Well, welcome back. It is the happiest day of my life because we're drinking wine with Cody Vela. He is the director of the Montrose restaurant, the Marigold Club. And you as a director, I mean, you really
Wine
like...
director. Wine director.
Wine director.
Yeah.
Yeah. You as the wine director really like it when people ask you questions. I think a ton of people sit down and they're intimidated when someone says, "Hey, would you like a little assistance with the wine?" It's like, no, we're okay. We don't like want that. I guess it's kind of anxiety-inducing for some people.
Totally.
But you really appreciate it when people rely on you as an expert because you can kind of lead them. What kind of questions do you recommend someone start with when they're drinking wine?
You know, I think the biggest thing is when asking for the sommelier or the wine steward or whoever is to be ready to tell them, this is what I like, and I feel like drinking kind of the same thing, because I don't see anything that I recognize on this list, or I feel like branching out.
Yeah.
And kind of letting the sommelier know that you're willing to kind of take a gamble or
Trust him.
or get out of
Or
your
her.
comfort zone.
Yeah.
What if you don't know what you like, though?
And that's great too. It's like, I don't know what I like, but I want something fruity, or I want something savory, or I want something really big and bold, or I want something really light. I think if you talk about wine, or if you talk about what you like in terms of like how the wine feels, like, I don't want something too heavy, or I don't want something too light. I think that also goes pretty far too, instead of talking about like individual flavor notes. I think that's a really good way to talk about wine if you don't know what you like.
And also, Cody is here to answer your questions. I mean, you want people to ask questions, and I think that's
all
a
the time.
strong takeaway, that never be afraid to ask an expert and say, hey, I don't really know much about wine, but I want to spend around this amount of money.
100%.
Like, what do you have? And you're always going to give people a little taste before they order a glass or a
Yeah,
bottle.
absolutely, absolutely, and being willing to, and also, you know, there's a hospitality side of it. Being willing to, you know, if they don't love that bottle, we'll get them something else. Like that's the other side of the restaurant, and that's the other side of wine. Is like, we want you to have. We're gonna find a wine for you that you like, and if you don't like that first bottle, you know, hopefully you do.
Hopefully you're like the second or third
Yeah.
or fourth. Or,
We'll find something for
It's
you.
all about the hospitality.
Yeah,
And speaking
big
of
time.
wine bottles that you love, you really are excited about this next
Yeah,
wine. Tell us
all
what
of
it
these.
is and why you're excited about
So
it.
this is Beaujolais, or the grape is Gamay, but it comes from kind of central southern France. in Beaujolais. This is from Jean and Charlie Thévenet. Great producer, but these wines, pretty much Beaujolais as a category does pretty well with the chill on it. So that's one thing you can go into the store and be like, hey, I want Beaujolais because I want to put it on ice. I want to put a chill on it. Which wine would be the best for that?
Yum.
So,
okay, this is really nice.
Really, really tasty, especially with a chill on it.
And remind us the temperature. Like, let's say you do have a wine fridge at home. Is there a specific setting we should be putting that on?
Probably like anywhere from like 54 to 56 degrees. At the restaurant, we keep ours at 55.
All right.
So it's a good temperature for red wine. But again, if you want it colder, because if you're eating outside on a hot summer night like we have here, then by all means throw it on ice, and it's just really gorgeous with a variety of.
Or if you're drinking it in my 88-degree bedroom.
There you go.
100%.
There you go.
That would be really nice. Gorgeous.
We got a couple more wines to get through, and we do have this delicious charcuterie board, so we are going to get into this pairing. But I mean, when you're having delicious wine, you can't go wrong, right?
So this is a favorite of mine. This is the Comte Abatucci Faustine.
Okay.
This is from Corsica, and you don't really find a whole ton of Corsican wines out there. This is also available at Montrose Cheese and Wine.
Okay.
Why is it that it's so rare?
Yeah.
Well, they don't make a ton of wine, and it's not really a place that people look for when you're looking at fine wine. It's a little island off the coast of in the Mediterranean, and so it's not really a destination where people are thinking about fine wine. But Comte Abatucci is probably one of the iconic premier producers.
Okay.
So this is a blend of Chacarello and Nieluccio, native varieties. Nieluccio is also known as Sangiovese. Kind of pro tip.
I'm not going to remember any of that.
That's so
what
fine.
food does it go with?
Everything.
All this charcuterie tastes
100%,
amazing. What with this
100%.
red wine?
But like this, if you want to do like this and a burger, it's fantastic.
Okay.
This and a little grilled chicken salad, or even like a sturdier dish, like something braised lamb or something like that. Like all of those dishes have such great application for this wine.
And while you pour up this last wine, when you go into a place like Montrose Cheese and Wine and you're asking them for a charcuterie board, do you need to be like telling them, hey, this is what I plan to pair it with?
I mean, you can. I think there's a lot of value in having a wine professional who can appropriately pair things and make the pairing make sense.
Right.
And again, it's okay to ask.
1,000% okay to ask. What's going to go best with my hot salami? What's going to go best with my creamy cheese versus my hard salty cheese?
Okay.
What's going to go best with my hot salami? I will be asking next. Cody, Vela, this time flew by.
Amazing.
We
Amazing.
have just about 10 seconds left. What is this last wine?
Real quick.
This is the Flycatcher from Frog's Leap, a little Zinfandel blend. It's just delicious. Nice and fruity, nice and kind of core of a fruit to it, but still fresh and inviting.
And probably goes well with a hot salami.
Love it.
Cody, Vela, thank you so much. Go see this guy
Thank
at the Marigold Club in Montrose. Reminder, National Red Wine Day is tomorrow, so if you'd like to celebrate, we're going to put all of Cody's tips on our website, HoustonLife.tv. Look for that scene on Houston Life section. Golden hours from 5 to 6.
Yeah. I'm going to go click on that link.
Yeah.
All right.